Good morning, it's Pastor Curtis. I'm going to try and film this video devotion while I'm walking today. And we've been talking about prayer, and I'd like to invite you to think about prayer walking. You see a lot of things when you're walking, and it just struck me as I said those words that while I'm filming myself like this and walking at the same time, I don't see as much. I'm going to do my best not to walk into anything, even though that might make for a much more entertaining video. But anyways, when you're walking, you can pay attention to a lot of things. It's just the right amount of physical activity, at least for me, to heighten my senses, to help me to pay attention to what's around me, and to give me the time also to reflect and to think. I also do quite a bit of running, as I've mentioned many times in the past. And when I'm running, it's hard to pay attention to too much except for just keeping going and keeping a good pace. But when I'm walking, when you're walking perhaps, you can pay attention to the world around you. The other afternoon when I was going for a walk, I must have seen about 50 people in an hour's time. And each one of those people is an opportunity to pray. I saw some people that I just passed very quickly as we were going along the path, and you don't have to stop them to pray for them. It's simply an opportunity just to hold them up for a quick moment before God and say, consider this your beloved child, to extend compassion and a heart connection to people that you see. There are other people that are much more obviously in need. For instance, I passed a tent where one couple had set up a place for them to sleep underneath the tree, and I could hear them talking inside the tent, and an opportunity to hold them up in prayer before God too. Also a trio of young men who were on e-scooters, who were riding their e-scooters across the high-level bridge, and there were a lot of cars, angry cars, honking at them, and it looked very dangerous what they were doing anyways. You can pray for people's protection that you see. I mean, maybe you don't live in a place that is quite as busy as the neighborhood that I live in, but when you go out your front door, you're immediately surrounded by your neighbors, and each one of your neighbors is an opportunity to pray. I want to invite you to think about prayer in that way as you walk. There's another way of praying while we walk, though, too. Not just thinking about the people that we see outside ourselves, but thinking about our own lives. When I walk in the first 10 minutes or so, I really start to remember how my body is feeling. Sometimes my knees are feeling sore at the beginning of a walk, or my ankles, or sometimes I feel stiff. But it's a time of reflection, and it gives me enough time to think about how am I doing. Maybe even beyond the physical joints and muscles, it gives me an opportunity to ask, how am I feeling these days? How am I doing? It's been a tricky spring, a complicated spring with COVID-19 making it impossible for us to do much of what we normally do at Grace Lutheran. And when I ask myself, how am I doing? How am I feeling these days? I have to be honest and say, I'm ready for a rest, ready for a reset, ready for a bit of a break. And when I go for a walk, I'm reminded that I don't have to feel terrific all the time, that I have permission to bring before God my honest emotions and physical feelings. And so as you prayer walk, ask yourself, how am I doing? How am I feeling? And bring those thoughts and emotions and feelings before God in prayer. Another way of making your walk or enjoying a prayer walk that's fruitful and rewarding. There's one final way, there's many more ways that you could pray while you walk, but one final way I wanted to invite you to think about today, and that's to recognize that when you're on a walk, you're on a small journey, and that you're going somewhere. Where are you going? This is an opportunity to pray in a visionary way. God, where are you leading me? Where are you taking us, maybe as a family, if you live in a family? Where are you guiding us as an organization, if you work for a group or in a group? To pray with curiosity about vision, about the direction that God might be leading you, is a good thing. And again, on a walk like this, as I've just been making this video, it's very short, and I haven't really given you the amount of reflection time that you truly get when you're walking, but you do get a lot of time to think. And so I want to invite you to pray this summer as you walk, and to ask God, where are we going together? Where are you taking me? What would you like me to see along the way? And how would you like me to be as we go? Prayer walking is a rich way of praying. Even if there's sometimes mosquitoes around, or if you get tired, or if you need a break, go for a walk this summer. It's one of the few things that we can still do with great confidence, and that you see many people doing during this unique time of separation. Do some prayer walking as you go, and you won't regret that time. Boy, I'm getting eaten by mosquitoes here. This is the fourth part of a little series on prayer that I've been leading you through this last month. And we're going to take a break now. I'm going to make this my last video devotion for a little while. Next week, my family and I are going on a family holidays. We're going to be doing some camping. And so I'm going to sign off now and wish you God's blessings on your prayer life. May it be a rich and rewarding time for you this summer as you spend time in prayer. May it bring you closer to communion with Jesus, and give you the satisfaction of knowing that He is with you in your life. A rich prayer life is its own reward, as I've said before. And so may you enjoy your prayer walks, your times of morning prayer, and any other time that you pray. Goodbye for now. We'll see you again in August.